Hey, thanks for volunteering for me today. So, for the third, fourth, and fifth grade hula hoop and jump rope contest, this is one of the primetime ribbon events. So, when the kids come over to you, tell everybody go grab a hula hoop and just spread out, and they can start practicing. And the practice should be around the waist hula hoop. Okay, so it should look something like this as they're kind of spreading out. So, give them a couple minutes just to kind of get settled, get hooping, and get their minds right. After a couple minutes, tell them, okay, we're going to do a practice contest. And this one, they're just going to kind of count mistakes in their head. So we've done this with some of the groups in class. This will give you a good idea as the volunteer of like the top hoopers to look for, like when you're awarding ribbons. So you'll kind of have your eyes on a couple kids. So the practice contest, you'll say, all right, everybody, go ahead and spread out. On your mark, get set, and then you go, and everybody starts hooping. So the kids that can do this the longest is the contest without stopping. So some kids, they can just do this all day long. Some kids, their hoop will drop. They pick it up. They just keep going. So if their hoop drops, say, no big deal. Keep going, keep going. Just encourage that like positive thinking, that perseverance, and just that positive attitude. After a couple minutes of practice contest, they can like share their score with a friend. And at this point, they're probably like pretty primed for the actual contest. So for the actual contest, tell them it's going to be okay. We're going to do the same kind of thing you just did, but this time, after the go signal, if your hoop drops, you also drop. You are out of the contest. Take a knee. But your job's not over. You now clap and encourage your teammates that are still going. So yeah, you might have that like, oh, bummer, I lost feeling. But again, that's not the most important thing. You want to encourage the teammates that are still going. So now we're looking for the top kiddos. Now with third, fourth, and fifth grade, some of them can hula hoop all day long. Like it is no problem for them. So in the interest of time and to make it more challenging, here's what I will typically do. To start eliminating those other kids that are still going, you'll have them, so they're going along. And you say, okay, if you're still hula hooping, keep going. But when I give the signal, I'm going to count down from 3. Everybody still hooping has to go up on 1 foot. And that means not like you're not stepping on your own foot. You're actually like free balancing. Your leg is just kind of floating and you're staying on 1 foot. You have to stay on 1 foot and continue hooping. You can't switch legs. If your foot touches the ground, you are out. If you switch legs, you are out. If your hoop touches the ground, you are out. This will give you a really good idea now of who your top kiddos are. So the last kid standing, still hooping on 1 leg, first place ribbon. The second to last kid still standing, second place. And then the third to last kid would get third place on that one. Okay? So that's the hula hoop contest. Encourage high fives, congratulations, fist pounds, and then they all put their hoops away and tell them to go grab a jump rope. So most of my third, fourth, and fifth graders know that they need to get a correct length of jump rope. But just in case you step on it with 2 feet, you pull it up, it should reach up to about your shoulders. Okay? So for this contest, it's a challenge to see who can jump rope continuously the longest. It doesn't have to be fast, but the rope has to continually go. So tell them, hey, go start warming up. You're trying to jump rope continuously. So, you'll have, this is kind of the goal, is to do this as long as possible. But you don't want them getting too tired on this one. So just say, hey, just kind of get warmed up a little bit. Decide on what style of jump you want to use. This one's not allowed. Some kids might try the crisscross, like side swing. So it has to be a continuous jump. So for the contest, you say, okay, we're going to do the contest now. Everybody go ahead and get on your mark. And you're trying to see if you jump rope the longest without making any mistakes. So if you mess up your rhythm or the momentum of the rope stops, you drop, just like the hula hoop contest. Cheer on your classmates that are still going. Okay. This one usually doesn't need any like 1 leg. Kids can go all day long. Just really keep a close eye on a continuous rope and that they're going in a continuous fashion. If you do run into a situation where they're just going, you can also do the 1 leg trick where you say, okay, you're still jumping, keep jumping. But when I give the signal, count down from 3, you're going to start jumping on 1 leg. You have to just continue jumping on the same thing. And that should do the trick. Award top 3 still standing kiddos, same as you would for the hula hoop contest. All right. So that's how that one works. Keep an eye out for kids that are showing that extra above and beyond sportsmanship for those yellow ribbon awards. Thank you for helping.